Easiest to What's up, guys? Chris Spotchberg here. Today I'm going to be rating the easiest to hardest weapons, or more, the hardest to the easiest weapons for beating your final boss for your first time in Hades. I know this isn't Gunfire Reborn like you'd usually see, but it is a roguelike, and we don't discriminate against roguelites here because they're all great. This game is significantly different than Gunfire. First of all, it's not first person, and it's not an FPS. Well, I mean that's kind of given without first person, but you know what I mean. Um, so to start it, I'm not going to be doing any spoilers for aspects. Aspects are variants of the weapons you unlock. We'll just be doing the base weapons, and I'll just be rating the one that's hardest to beat your first boss with, not your first boss, your first final boss, and the one that's easiest to beat your first final boss with. So this is meant for newer players who are just looking to see which weapons they should use if they want to improve. Um, Weapons aren't the only thing that will help you improve. There's also talents in the mirror of reflection, but weapons are your primary damage source, seen as they're your only damage source minus your cast ability. All right, well let's get right into it. So last place, the hardest weapon to beat the final boss with, I would say, is Gauntlets. Although not a weak weapon at all in any way, they have a very strong dash attack, and your special ability, or your Y, on controller at least, is super powerful. They're just not as good as other weapons, and you have to put yourself in harm's way to hit them. Look at this attack range. It's just not worth using over something like any other weapon. At least for, when you're starting and you can't dodge perfectly. Alright, so, gonna be going on to number 5 now. The spear. It does have a range advantage. You can see the range on these attacks. Once Skelly spawns again, I'll start stabbing at him. Look at that. That's some insane attack range. It's just the damage is lackluster. The dash attack has a very large hitbox. And the special is almost a guaranteed backstab because you throw it through the enemy and pull it, and it does a backstab. It's just not as powerful as the other. It does have this, if you hold your attack button, you can do a big swipe, and it'll grow the longer you charge it. But this makes you stand still, and you don't want to stand still in a game where enemies will run at you and hit you if you're not moving. So that's why this one is considered 5th place. Alright, on to 4th place. Stygian the Sword. Sucks to put this down low, because it is such a cool weapon. And everybody knows it from the title of the game. It's what he's holding in your splash screen when you start the game. It's just such a cool weapon, too. But it lacks the range that other higher damage weapons have. And the special, while it is high range, high damage, knockback for free, it just suffers with like stun time. You're going to be stuck in a lot of spaces. I do think the sword is really strong, and the variants make it even stronger, but I would say it's just not worth using over some of the other weapons if your only goal is to beat the final boss for your first attempt. Alright, so we're going on to number 3 now. The Rail of Adamant. Now this is, I believe, the final weapon you unlock out of the base weapons. It's just a gun. It does pretty much what you'd expect. It shoots, but its special is a rocket that deals a significant amount of damage. It's not too much damage. Your main DPS is coming from you shooting. The dash attack just makes you shoot a shot really quick. This weapon, it has range. It's a gun. It's got about the same range as the spear, but its special ability, you can move around and target. That's not too important as like an aspect of it. But the range of the damage, just give it a 1-up on the spear. The fact that you can always keep moving. You can't move while shooting, but you're going to be dashing most of the time anyways. So that's why this one gets 3rd place. Okay, on to 2nd place. The bow. It's a classic. It's what I think about when I think about playing this game, but that might just be me. It's so powerful. It has a nice dash attack. This is pretty much how you play it this is how I play it the whole time. I just dash attack the entire time. If I'm using the base variant. The special is like a volley. I'll show you guys here. It's not great. You really have to get up close to an enemy to get it to work, especially with the base variant. So here, like I didn't even hit all the all the attacks here, and it doesn't deal that great of damage. 90 damage on a front shot. It's just not worth using over the base attack. So this one does have increased range and very good damage for being ranged. There's a lot of great talents you can run with it, such as Doom for like a Hades talent. If you just, because it doesn't attack super fast, so if you apply Doom, you know, you get a proc of it, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and Doom's procced every time. That's why this one deserves second place. And last but not least, we got Aegis, the shield. This weapon is insane. The special, which is just a ranged attack, it disables your attack, which is, it's just pretty much don't use the ranged attack unless you have a build around it. You're getting like dataless hammers that give you the bonus to ranged attacks. It's just not worth using. But oh, what the heck was that? Bull Rush is insane. It blocks any attacks from the direction that you're facing. So say bullets are coming at you and you're charging your Bull Rush, you won't get hit. And then Bull Rush itself does pretty great damage. Its base damage isn't high, but it has one feature to it that most weapons don't have, and that's like insane knockback. So if you have an enemy up against a wall and you hit them, they'll get hit by Wall Slam, which just deals a bonus amount of damage. So I'm dealing 55 damage a Wall Slam there and 25 on a hit. 55 damage on a Wall Slam compared to 25 on a hit, that's more than double your damage on your normal attack. It's just the damage from this weapon is insane, and you can just run around with it and swing. You really don't... This is the brain dead weapon of the game, I would have to say. It's actually so easy to use, and it deals so much damage. So that's my rating. To reiterate, last place, Gauntlets. Second to last, Spear. Fourth place, we got Stygian. Sadly, everybody loves the sword, I know. Third place, Rail of Adamant. It's just a nice gun, it's easy to use. Second place, the bow. Very good damage, very high range, and is also very easy to use. And first place, Aegis the shield. It's just so powerful, and there's just nothing that could ever top this weapon. It's so easy to use. It does so much damage. Alright, so that concludes my ratings of the weapons. Let me know what you think, if, you know, this helped. If you say you used to like using the sword, but then you switched to the shield and you got your first boss kill right away. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.